Season 6 just dropped in Overwatch 2, and since I'm not some big content creator that Blizzard loves yet, I wasn't able to make a video on the patch before it actually dropped. So here I am, a day late, talking about something I'm sure everyone has already seen hundreds of others talk about. But don't go yet, my friend. I can guarantee you will find this video amazing. And if by the end you don't, I don't know, maybe try one of my other ones. Where's it going with this? Right! Season 6 is... well, it still has some issues. But despite its minor flaws, it's actually a really good one, with quite a lot of changes and additions. So, no more beating around the bush. Here are the winners and subsequent losers of this patch. Probably the biggest winner is Orisa, who is now harder to kill and better at poking than ever before. So now it'll be best to just ignore her and completely kill the rest of her team first. What do you mean that's already how you played against her? Next up is Diva, who can fly more often and now has Dark Souls levels of iframes when leaving her mech suit. Not exactly revolutionary, but the cooldown reduction on fly will help her control space more efficiently. Sniper Monkey. Sigma gets a weird change, so he feels less floaty, I guess is how you describe it. Basically, it's a glorified bug fix. Matra gets a little nerf to his ultimate charge rate and a quality of life change where he can now block damage from stuck projectiles like pulse bombs and... Doomfist. On the DPS side of things, our favorite bird-loving robot probably takes the gold medal this update. A bunch of nice grenade changes, more survivability on transform, and faster movement on his ultimate so you can miss all your targets quicker. Now for the person who gave said bird-loving robot his favorite hat. Torb not only learned how to pull a trigger faster this patch, but also how to swing faster. So once again, you'll be able to miss all your targets quicker. All the next ones are nerfs, and no one cares about the weaker ones, so I'll just speed through these. Soldier gets his ultimate slower, Sombra gets her ultimate slower, and Nerd! And the person who suffered the most this patch, no, I'm not biased, is Hanzo. I think my reaction says it all. Arrow draw progress is no longer preserved. What? No! You've got to be Lucy O's. It was actually a pretty funny thing that happened when this patch first came out, where Lucio's changes to the same thing as Mercy's. It's fixed now, but it was super confusing when I first looked at it. You just copy-pasted the same fucking thing for Mercy! No wonder it doesn't make goddamn sense for Lucio! This is Mercy's change! Bro! Anyway, Lucio's amp affects himself more now. Oh god, I think I'm gonna be sick. Lifeweaver, while still ass, please don't play my games, is in a much better spot now. His shots are less random, he has shield now, heals more on dash, can overheal with his ultimate now, and for some reason, got a change to his life grip that makes it take longer for your teammates to use their movement abilities while gripped, to prevent accidental cancels by affected allies. Screw you, Blizzard. Kiriko's up next with her slightly changing but ultimately staying at the same power. Brig has less shield now and gets her ultimate slower. Ana. Look how they massacred my boy. You can no longer 2-tap tracers, but her unscoped projectile is slightly bigger to compensate. Now, the biggest loser on the support side is Mercy. She sees her damage boost drop from 30% all the way down to 25%. Honestly, I feel this is a major injustice to not only the character, but all Mercy players as well. Mercy is a comfort hero, and many build such a unique relationship to this character that someone even mentioning her can get them in hot water. But for Blizzard to make this small change to better the game is honestly sickening, and I hope they rethink the decision in the future. By the way, I pop off with a Mercy pocket if any Mercy mains are watching right now. I love you. For general changes, armor is less oppressive, text chat is more oppressive, firing range is better, on fire system is better, and competitive is still just as bad. Now that the boring changes are out of the way, let's get on to the brand new content added this season. Probably the biggest is the brand new hero Illari. This new DPS does 75 damage per body shot and 113 per headshot. While she does have some damage fall off, it's honestly so far away it doesn't even matter. First ability is a boop and a repositioning tool. This will launch you in the direction you are moving, do 10 damage to nearby enemies, and as I said before, boop them. Illari's ultimate is also insanely good. Harnessing the power of the sun, you launch yourself into the air and throw down a massive ball of burning gas that sticks to enemies. If 100 damage or more is dealt, it will explode, doing roughly the damage of standing inside of a dying neutron star. Now for other abilities, which are actually really exciting. Illari is now the second DPS hero to be able to heal her allies and herself. Her secondary fire is a medium range heal beam that kinda looks like Zarya's primary. This heals 100 HP per second and it's honestly quite good if you can find the time between clicking heads. Her second and more useful one is a stationary turret that you can place on any surface. This will periodically send out a pulse of healing to a teammate standing by it. This is good to throw down to help you win duels or to throw at a support getting pressured. My only real gripe with this hero is the fact you have to queue up for the healer role to play her. It kind of reminds me of when Symmetra was a support character next to all those other nasty healers way back in Overwatch 1. I'm not sure if this was intentional or not, but if it is a bug, I really hope Blizzard fixes it soon. I'd rather not have to touch that stinky, smelly queue. The next massive change is a brand new core game mode, Flashpoint. This is pretty much just your standard control map, but after the first point captured, the objective will move to one of 4 random spots on the map. First to 3 captures and you win. Now the final thing for you free players out there is a brand new story mission where players have to defend King's Row from Null Sector. Wait, haven't we already? Finally, the thing everyone was absolutely losing their minds over when it was announced. The 3 story missions for $15. I'll be making an entirely separate video on this later, so if you want more of my thoughts on it, be sure to subscribe and click that little bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads. For what it is though, the first of the 3 takes you through Paraiso, being joined by the brand new character Lucio. After clearing the streets of Null Sector, you hop aboard the big ship and fight to take it down. After this, your next destination is Toronto to help an old cyborg out. This one is all about defending different objectives and people while making your way through the city, ending with you barely escaping. The last one shows Reinhardt and Brig travel to visit Torb in his workshop. Here we get to see Rein's first meeting with Bastion, which goes about as well as you'd expect. This is more centered around escorting with a massive defense at the end. Once again, I'm not really giving my opinions on these since I want to save it for its own video, so I'm going to leave it at that. The last thing I'll touch on briefly is a new hero level system, where you can earn different badges for heroes the more you play them, ultimately increasing your hero level. Now, when you look at someone's profile, you can not only make fun of them for the time on a hero, but also how bad their hero level is compared to the time they have in them. And there you have it, Season 6 of Overwatch 2. I'll probably play a lot more this season compared to the last few because of how much admittedly cool stuff got added. I haven't even mentioned it yet, but the battle pass this time around is all Omnic themed, with Ana being the recipient of the mythic skin. Well, that's all from me. Remember to subscribe to see my thoughts on the Invasion story missions, and I'll see you all next time. Remove Lifeweaver Blizzard, you cowards!